Boom.
Boom.
Welcome everybody to AFC Eastie Boys.
Welcome in to another lovely episode of Endzone to Endzone, brought to you by your boys, Cat in the Hat and Charlie Waffles.
Charlie Waffles.
Charlie Waffles. So it's been a good week 9, I gotta say. Like, it started off pretty shitty, especially being a Dolphin fan, but the Miami Dolphins blessed us Friday morning with a nice little Halloween gift saying, hey, guess what? We're going to make some changes. That GM that we've had for oh so long that hasn't helped us. He's been in this organization for 25 years and we haven't won a playoff game in 25 years. Guess what? He's gone. So now we can move forward.
Convenient.
Insert interim GM Champ Kelly. Already making moves. You know, Stephen Ross put out a statement saying that there were 5 players he didn't want to see back on the football field.
Must have done something bad.
Must have been. He said that they were playing so bad that he doesn't want to see them back on the field. So, who could those 5 players be? I mean, I'm sure we would assume one of those would be Tua Tagovailoa, I imagine, right? I mean,
I imagine, yeah.
I think that would be a pretty good consensus around the league and around the fan bases. But another one of them must have been Jalen Phillips, because he just got shipped off to the Philadelphia Eagles for a 2026 third-round pick not even an hour ago. Breaking news.
Well, I guess they didn't want to see him on their field no more.
Right. Well, I mean, that's what he means. Like, he doesn't want to see him on the Dolphin field anymore, going out there. So who could be the rest of them that go, right? I mean, I don't imagine Jalen Waddle is a player that he doesn't want to see on the field, but I imagine Jalen Waddle is a player that we could definitely get some trade capital for. And there's definitely some teams out there that are looking for wide receivers. And we're not the only team that has a wide receiver that could...
Available,
correct. New Orleans Saints, they just lost their game. Remember, we were talking about this on Saturday, that they were probably waiting to see how Tyler Shuck performed before they started making any moves with the receivers that they have. And they have a couple of them. They have Raheed Shaheed. They have Chris Olave. They also have Brandon Cooks, who's a not a great guy, but a veteran guy who can be plugged in anywhere. We were talking about Buffalo would be a great place for Brandon Cooks, but so would Chris Olave.
Cooks digs.
I wouldn't want to trade Jalen Waddle to Buffalo, like, no matter what. Like,
No.
I don't care. Like, unless they're giving you a first rounder, bro, do not. Stephen Ross, that's the dumbest move ever. Do not send Jalen Waddle to Buffalo. Find another suitor if you plan on getting rid of Jalen Waddle. But who do you think...
I don't see Waddle going anywhere, to be fair.
I mean, the only reason he came here to begin with, right, was Tua, because they played together in Alabama. So, I mean, I don't see any reason for him to stay around anymore. Like, yeah, I don't want to see him go, but at the same time, like, he's 50-50 on catching passes. Like, he drops just as many passes as he catches, and big ones too. You know, he may catch a lot of big passes in big moments, but he also drops a lot of big passes in big moments. So it's like, at the end of the day, it's like, no, I don't want to see you go, but at the same time, like, if it means that we're building something for the future beyond Tua and beyond the organization that we got now, then, you know, maybe it's time to happen. You know, same thing.
You got to do kind of deal.
Yeah, same thing with Jalen Phillips. Like, Jalen Phillips has been great for us, but he's also injury prone. So it's like, it was just a matter of time before he's out for the rest of the season again anyways. So I feel like, yeah, you know, might as well come off of him now while we can, rather than let him
before he ends up like Tyreek.
Or he hits free agency at the end of the year and we get nothing for him, like what happened with Raheem Mostert. Which is not what we want.
Can't sell him if somebody else has already got him.
Right. Well, we sold him, so he's gone. So I'm trying to think of some of the other players that Stephen Ross might be talking about I'm thinking I don't I don't think it could be Bradley Chubb. I think Taj Washington or one of the Washington brothers might be who he's talking about because they had those fumbles on Thursday. But anyways, let us know who y'all think is on Stephen Ross's shit list. Let us know who y'all think might be next to go from the Miami Dolphins, because we're not done. We're not done. We're still gonna get
The
rid of a
sale's
piece or
not
two.
over.
It is not over. Um, but yeah, so the Miami Dolphins lost this week. Bad loss, but at the same time we win because we're moving forward and we're bettering the team now. So that's that for the Dolphins, man. What a shit organization right now. Be glad you had a.
Hey, man, the only thing I could say, yeah, exactly. The only thing I could say is there was no chance we were going to lose this week as the Jets because we were on a bye week. Hell, we probably lost the bye week anyway.
Lost the bye week because the Bills and the Patriots won. And the Dolphins lost another game.
Don't get me wrong, this season's over for the Jets as is, but just saying what they're gonna do for next year is now what people are gonna be more concerned about. Not that, it's gonna matter to most of our viewers, but at the same time, anything's possible with the Jets organization as of right now. Like Justin Fields looks impressive when he doesn't need to be, and it's just sad. We'll probably end up start making some moves ourselves. I know there's a lot of rumors about Brees Hall getting traded.
Yeah, I was gonna ask you about that. Like, what do you guys think that you guys are gonna come off of some pieces here in the next week? I know Kansas City could really use a running back.
As far as I've read from the organization, Brees Hall's not going anywhere. He's still trying. Same with Jermaine Johnson. I believe San Francisco was looking at him. But if the Jets want to build a winning organization, they need to base it around their star players, not necessarily deal them out in hopes of getting new rookies in. Like, rookies are not necessarily always the answer.
No, not necessarily. Let me ask you a question. Do you know any details on Brees Hall's contracts or any of the contracts? Like, are they? I know Garrett Wilson just got paid, right? So you guys got him for the next couple of years. But what about Brees Hall? Isn't he coming up this year or next year
Yeah,
maybe?
it's coming up into free agency next year. His rookie contract ends at the end of this season.
So
They got to pull the trigger and pay him, or
let him hit free agency. I don't see a team letting a guy. They could franchise tag him. They
yes.
could franchise tag him, but that kind of depends
And that
on
would be what I expect.
yeah. I mean, but it also depends on like the players feel about it, because like I've seen players get franchise tagged and then they just like play worse because they didn't want it or whatever. But
Right, they didn't want to be there.
I guess it depends on where Brees Hall's head's at. If he really wants to be in New York, then he won't care getting a franchise tag. Um, but yeah, if they don't come off of him in this next week, then I'm they'll most likely sign him. He'll be a Jet next year, and you guys will probably be looking for offensive line help and stuff in the draft.
And that's where we're normally at, looking for QBs and offensive linemen.
All right, so let me pull up our first slate of games over here so everybody can follow along. All right, so first up, we had the 49ers and the Giants. 49ers win this one 34-24. Um, not,
I just seen Jackson Dart and the Giants just getting pummeled the entire game.
I mean, yeah, but they kind of kept themselves in it. Jackson Dart did get himself a rushing touchdown, so that's 3 in a row now. So if you guys were listening on Saturday and you went and put that bet in, you're welcome. You got paid.
Mm. I laughed too when I saw that because I was like, "Hey, there's one."
Hey, we called a lot this weekend, bro. Like we're gonna go through it. We called a lot this
The
weekend.
Geno Smith interception.
And there you go. There you go.
I told you.
Told you.
As soon as I saw it, I was like, mother.
Christian McCaffrey got his utilization as always, like putting in the work. Let me pull up the exact stats for the game. Give me just a second, guys. Yes. So we had Mac Jones go for 235 yards, 2 touchdowns. Christian McCaffrey got himself 28 carries for 106 yards and a touchdown, 5 receptions for 67 yards and a touchdown.
28 carries.
Total of 33 touches to the football. He had more touches on the football than Mac Jones did. Mac Jones went
Jesus.
19 for
And
24.
he's the quarterback.
Yeah.
How do you do that?
Mac Jones went 19 for 24, and Christian McCaffrey carried the ball 28 times and then caught it another 5. So it's like 9 whole touches more than the quarterback. Just putting in work, that dude, Christian McCaffrey. But how long can he keep doing that?
He just keeps doing it, bro. There's nothing you can do. You can't stop McCaffrey roll.
No, you seriously can't. It's showing. It is
The only way to
showing.
stop him is to bench him, get him injured, break his leg, tear his ACL, but then he comes back stronger.
On the other side of the ball, we had Jackson Dart go 24 for 33, 191 yards, 2 touchdowns. One of those touchdowns was a rushing touchdown because he had 8 carries for 56 yards. Darius Slayton was their star receiver there. Theo Johnson got his touchdown. That was another one that we called on Saturday night. Theo Johnson got the touchdown. Let's see. Jawan Jennings got 4 receptions for 41 yards and a touchdown. Brian Robinson Jr. got himself 5 carries for 53 yards and a touchdown, and he had 10.6 average per carry. So he was like getting some chunk yards, basically like first downs.
That's a
every
backup,
time.
right?
That's the backup, yeah. Came from the Commanders. So in the rushing game for the Giants, Tyrone Tracy Jr. not doing a whole lot as far as rushing goes. He did 5 carries for 18 yards, while Devin Singletary went 8 for 43, and Jackson Dart led their rushing attack with 56 on 8 carries. Theo Johnson, the tight end over there, got himself 3 receptions, 27 yards, and a touchdown. And their other tight end, Gunnar Olszewski, got himself 1 reception for 24 yards and a touchdown. Tyrone Tracy did get some receiving yards, 3 receptions for 19 yards, if that means anything for the running back situation.
It does.
For those,
but it doesn't still add up to the Scatabo factor.
No,
there's no.
It doesn't, especially when you're looking at it right here, and it looks like they're kind of using a committee running back with Devin Singletary, the veteran running back, along with T. Tracy, who's definitely cutting, because Devin Singletary also got 2 receptions for 8 yards. So
yeah, they're definitely taking their sweet time with Tracy. They want to make sure they don't re-aggravate any of his injuries that caused him to be out for as long as he was. So they're going to be back and forth on this committee style run offense for probably another week or 2 until they feel more confident in Tracy's ability to go out and carry the workload by himself.
Well, do we have any word on Scatabo yet? Yes, no. I have not heard anything.
I have no official announcement on Scatabo, but I know that leg is broke, son. That ankle was twisted, so.
Okay, so he might be out for the season.
Pretty sure he's out for the season.
Okay. I'm sitting here trying to use my computer mouse to work my laptop. All right, so the next game we got was a game that we didn't think was going to turn out like this, right? Like the Tennessee Titans scored more points against the Chargers than they've scored all season long, and they looked like they were probably going to win this game for a while, right? It's final score 27-20 over the Tennessee Titans.
Clutch touchdown.
Clutch touchdown. Justin Herbert went 19 for 29, so it looked like he was not on target yesterday. But he did throw 250 yards, 2 touchdowns, 1 interception. While Cam Ward went 12 for 21 for 145 yards. So how they put up 20 points, we're going to figure that out. Justin Herbert also had 9 carries for 57 yards and a rushing touchdown. Arondé Gadsden was their biggest receiver with 5 receptions for 68 yards. Well, on the other side of the ball, we had Tony Pollard going 10 for 56. And Alec Ayamaner was their biggest receiver with 46 yards. So it looks here like Tennessee Titans defense. So I take that back. The offense still has yet to score over 14 points because the Tennessee Titans defense
still played like trash.
The Tennessee Titans defense got a touchdown interception on the first drive. And then let's see here. And then they got a kick return for a touchdown.
Get the old pick 6.
So 2 of their touchdowns came from a kick return. So defense scored 2 of their touchdowns, and then the other
all defense and special teams.
All defense and special teams scored all their points. They got 2 field goals and 2 defensive touchdowns.
But to be fair, that team needed something like that too for that confidence boost that they can still show up and play the game respectively.
I mean, yeah, especially against a team like the Chargers, who's a pretty good team, pretty high powered. But this offense, it has to get moving, man. Like, it has to get moving, bro. You can't sit here and allow your defense to literally score you 20 points and you can't even put 3 on the board, 7 on the board.
It's sad. It's sad.
It is sad. Is that a problem with the number 1 draft pick Cam Ward, or is it the organization, like the pieces around him? Like, is he having the same issues? Like,
a little bit of both in that aspect. Like, Cam Ward's new to the NFL. He doesn't know the scheme that Tennessee is trying to put in his pocket to give him opportunities. He doesn't really have any names that he's throwing to. Tony Pollard out there rushing the ball is just only going to get you so much.
Yeah, facts.
He's an older running back. He's been in the league for a couple of years at least. I remember him running for the Cowboys.
Yeah.
So I mean.
So with that being said,
not like they got the best standing.
So with that being said, how does that make you feel about the Chargers, though? Like, struggling like that against a team like the Titans?
It gives me very little faith in their ability to produce. They did come through and get the win. Obviously, Justin Herbert's going to throw for 200-plus yards. But, you know, his receivers are starting to look a little shaky. Keenan Allen wasn't able to get that touchdown you said he was going to get.
Yeah, I missed that one, man.
So
I did. I missed
that one blew me up.
Hey, if he would have got that touchdown, I would have won my fantasy league. I lost by 6 fucking points.
Big facts.
Big facts.
We're hoping on Marvin Harrison to score at least 25 tonight.
Yeah, you need 26 tonight, but it's possible too, though. It's definitely possible against
They're
Dallas.
Playing that Dallas defense. That Dallas defense is going to give up a lot of points, especially to wide receivers. So my fingers are crossed, baby.
No, it's
we still have opportunity.
Yeah, it's definitely possible.
Optimism runs deep in my veins.
You seen what Rashee Rice did for me last Monday night? It was like 27 points he put up.
Yeah.
But
we just got to hope for a really bad performance from Dallas defense.
Yeah, but they're pulling it together, man.
Jacoby Brissett, though, throwing the ball. So
yeah, that's not enticing.
Not ideal.
That's going to be a lot of...
as long as he protects the football and throws it where he needs to throw it, which is like always to Marvin Harrison. and maybe
Trey,
Trey
Trey
McBride.
McBride, yeah, Trey McBride is going to get a lot of love. But we're not on Monday night yet, bud. Save that for the end. All right, so the
I
next,
can't help it.
I know, you're good, you're good. So the next game on the roster from yesterday was the Minnesota Vikings beating the Detroit Lions in a divisional matchup with JJ McCarthy's return to the
McCarthy.
football field. They win that game 27-24. Just able to
To be
hold
fair,
out the Detroit Lions.
I was not expecting McCarthy to come out there and put on a show like he did. Vikings defense again putting on another good effort. They had I think 7 or 9 fantasy points. I think 9 because they were on my bench. Damn it!
So that
2 more points I could have had.
so that means they probably got a couple turnovers, forced a couple turnovers. I don't see any interceptions for Jared Goff, so maybe they got some fumbles or something. Because if a team puts up 24 points, unless you're getting sacks or turnovers, there's no way a defense is putting up 9 points. So they had to have gotten to the quarterback or forced a couple turnovers. But going through the stats on the winning side of the ball, we had J.J. McCarthy go for 14 for 25, 143 yards, 2 touchdowns, and an interception. So not very impressive in his return to the NFL, just doing enough.
Yeah, it doesn't show that he did like a phenomenal game or anything. He was not very accurate with his passing. What you said, 14 for 25?
Correct. 143 yards, 2 touchdowns, and 1 interception. So he wasn't very
Talk
phenomenal.
about a minimalist effort.
Just enough to manage the game and win the game.
But Aaron Jones Sr.
Aaron Jones ran 9 times for 78 yards. Jordan Mason 10 carries for 36 yards. Jordan Addison had himself a rush. Here's what happened. JJ McCarthy was getting what happened here? JJ McCarthy was getting rushed. You could tell that he was getting rushed and forced out of the pocket. He has 9 carries for 12 yards and a touchdown, a rushing touchdown.
Yeah, that man was running for his life.
Their receiving game wasn't great. You had Jordan Addison with 2 receptions on 48 yards, and then Justin Jefferson with 6 receptions for 47 yards and a touchdown. And then Aaron Jones had himself 2 for 20. And then Hawkinson got 2 for 11 and a touchdown. So, but the defense got, you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 sacks yesterday from the defense.
That's where them points came from.
Yeah, pressuring Jared Goff. Let's see here. Looks like they got pretty good field position too, because they had 5 kick returns and they had 164 yards of kick returns. So 33 yards average. So it looks like they were starting with pretty good field position as well.
Definitely sounds like they controlled the ball the proper way. Keep it where you want it.
Now we look at the Lions side of the ball. And Jared Goff, 25 for 37. So, he was slinging that rock around, 284 yards and a touchdown. David Montgomery got the bulk of the carries yesterday, 11 of them for 40 yards and a touchdown. He stole a touchdown from Jahmyr Gibbs. I could say that also cost me my game. I told you, if David Montgomery's doing good, Jahmyr Gibbs is not doing good. He only had 9 carries for 25 yards. Amon-Ra St. Brown was just shy of 100 yards on 9 receptions yesterday. Sam Laporta and Jameson Williams found the end zone. Sam Laporta had a big day. He had 6 receptions for 97 yards. So the offense was churning for the Detroit Lions. They just weren't not able to win the game, seal the deal, man.
Yeah, it's not like they weren't producing. The defense just wasn't able to hold up and prevent any stops, make any good stops at the end of the game.
Yeah, that's what it was. Their defense. Because I'm looking at their defense. 1, 2, 3, 4. I mean, they still got 4 sacks and an interception. So, I mean,
They tried.
they tried.
Don't get me wrong. They came through with a turnover. They got to the quarterback. They were definitely rushed, pressuring him because he had to rush, like you said, 9 times.
Yeah. Man, that
Just
came.
got to do better, Lions. Just got to do better.
Yeah, that came down to a possession at the end of the game. That was the difference maker there. I don't feel any different about the Lions losing here. This was a divisional match, anyways. Those games are always a little bit tougher. Do I feel like they're not still one of the top 3 teams in the NFL and highly favored to go to the Super Bowl? No, I still feel like they're there. Every team's got to lose once in a
They
while.
certainly can make it there.
Maybe they need to crunch down on defense or time of possession. Maybe that's where they lost, was time of possession. And then the next game was a close game, a nail biter. I was sitting here watching this game like, oh, come on, I'm going to be right. I'm going to be right. And Charlie ended up being right as the Patriots hold off the Atlanta Falcons, like barely hold off the Atlanta Falcons with a 24-23 victory. And I'll let you take it away on this one and pull up the stats. Fucking Patriots. Bijan Robinson got shut down again, bro. I told you, though, that's the key to the Atlanta Falcons' victory is Bijan Robinson.
You stop the run game from Atlanta, and you stop everything.
You stop everything. Drake London went off, though. 9 receptions, 118 yards, and 3 tutties for Drake London. Bijan Robinson had 12 carries for 46 yards. Drake London pretty much had the bulk of Michael Penix's passes.
Attention.
Yeah. Michael Penix threw 22 for 37 for 221 yards. 118 of that, and all 3 touchdowns went to Drake London. On the other side of the ball, Drake May, 259, 2 touchdowns and an interception on 30 attempts. Demario Douglas was the big receiver there, 4 receptions for 100 yards and a touchdown.
Boutte got nothing.
Well, he got injured early. So, Baylake, if you're in here, my bad. If you ended up playing Boutte over Monangai, that's my bad.
Oh.
Yeah, that's my bad, bro.
That is 100% your bad. Monangai went off.
I'm so sorry. I apologize. But hopefully you didn't play Boutte, because he put up 0 points.
He sat on my bench, I'll tell you that.
It was a good matchup for him, but
that's why I still got a chance.
But he got injured, so it put him out early.
Yeah. Could have been better.
So Bijan Robinson actually had more from the receiving game than he did the rushing game. He had 8 receptions for 50 yards. Kyle Pitts had 4 for 38. Travion Henderson, he was sharing the load with Drake May and Terrell Jennings. Drake May had 8 rushes for 20 yards. While this Terrell Jennings guy had 11 for 35 in the touchdown, so nobody would have called that one. Didn't even know who that guy was. Stephon Diggs found the end zone once. He got 3 receptions for 38 yards and a tutty. Hunter Henry, 4 receptions for 51 yards. So Hunter Henry still, even if he doesn't find the end zone, he's still holds somewhat of a tight end value, because even here without the end zone, he still scored you 9 points, which isn't bad. And you have high upside for him to find the end zone. So if he would have found the end zone, that would have been 15 points for you easily. Hunter Henry is definitely a good lock at a tight end if you're
not as impressive as Brock Bowers, but
I
know,
mean,
hey,
come on, yeah,
we
come
can't
on.
all put up 40 points a week.
Can't all put up 40 points a week. But the New England Patriots hold off the Atlanta Falcons and go to 7-2 to be at the top of the AFC. They're tied at the top of the AFC right now. You realize that, right?
With the Colts, right?
With the Colts.
The 7-2 Colts who lost. Oop.
Well, that's the next game on the list anyway, so go ahead. Talk about it. Talk about it.
Danny Dimes and the Colts were not able to hold it up against Aaron Rodgers and the Steelers. I didn't see this one coming. I thought Rodgers was going to look like an old man, and Danny Dimes was going to look like a young star and just show him up on all aspects of the game. But that is not the way it rolled. The Steelers' defense was able to hold Jason Taylor to like nothing. What did he get? 25 yards or some shit?
45 on 14 carries.
45?
Yeah.
But still, that is incredible from that defense. They literally dropped the steel curtain on him. I believe there was even one play that I saw Taylor get run over by his own man.
Yeah, it was pretty bad, bro. That defense pretty much won that game, and Aaron Rodgers, in his age and his veteranness, was able to like capitalize basically. Like, because it didn't look good for the
Right.
Steelers at first. Like,
No.
Indianapolis went on the board first. Like the first couple drives for the Steelers, it was definitely looking like Indianapolis was gonna run away with it. But then, a forced turnover in the red zone. Pittsburgh gets a short field, super short field, able to punch it into the end zone after like 2 or 3 plays, and now it's 7-7. And then Colts get the ball back, and immediately another forced turnover. Pittsburgh Steelers get the ball back. Now the Pittsburgh Steelers are up 14-7. And then from there, it was just like Colts slowly tried to keep up, but couldn't do it because Pittsburgh Steelers, when it came down to it and they needed a turnover, they were forcing turnovers. There was literally a moment I remember where like the Colts were actually winning, I believe, and the guy on the TV was like, "Oh, the Steelers need a big turnover right here. Like they need a turnover right here," and literally they got the turnover. Like I don't remember if it was the interception or a forced fumble or something, but they ended up getting a turnover, and that defense was just.
But he's like, this is what I was talking about.
That defense was just doing its job yesterday. 3 interceptions. I think like 2 forced fumbles. One of them was on like a kick return. It was crazy. Hold on, let me go pull up the stats. Yeah, because Danny Dimes threw the ball 50 times, only completed it 31, but he threw for 342 yards, but only 1 touchdown and 3 interceptions. Like their run game was
That's a lot of passing.
Their run game was non-existent. They barely rushed over 50 yards total between 4 different guys and almost 20 carries. But the passing game was where it needed to be. I mean, Alec Pierce, 6 receptions for 115 yards. Michael Pittman, 9 receptions for 115 yards. Josh Downs, 6 receptions for 57. Tyler Warren.
The receivers were eating, but the Steelers' defense was not letting them score.
Correct. Tyler Warren for five receptions for 26. And then go on down, it's like small numbers. 1 and 2 receptions for small numbers. But yeah, their defense didn't help them out at all. Like one sack, 3 sacks total, but no turnovers. No turnovers. Everything was done by the Steelers. These old men, bro.
Yep.
These old men this year are lighting it up and giving us the best shows on turf, man. They're showing that age sometimes is better than beauty. They're showing that brains and experience are better than these young, fast speed. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, you may be fast, you may be sprier than I am, but guess what? I'm smarter than you. I'm wiser than you. I've been here. I've done that. I'm gonna show
I've
you.
seen those interceptions.
Cause,
I've thrown those interceptions.
cause yeah, I mean, Aaron Rodgers didn't have an exceptional game. He threw 35 for 25, 203 yards and 1 touchdown. Jalen Warren didn't have an exceptional game. He went 16 carries for 31 yards, 2 touchdowns. So short field, like they didn't have to do a whole lot. All he had to do was manage. Like, hey, my defense got me the ball. Let's manage it. Let's move this
Let's do
ball.
something with it.
Let's move this ball slowly down the field and win this game. Pat Pat Fryermuth found himself the end zone again, so that's touchdown number 4 for the season for him. Calvin Austin, you remember you were talking about Calvin Austin? He was the top receiver over there, 5 receptions for 56 yards. Then you had Darnell Washington. Remember I was telling you Darnell Washington, 4 receptions for 43 yards. And then Kenneth Gainwell was the third top receiver with 4 receptions for 35 yards. Then you had two.
DK Metcalf looking invisible over there.
Yeah, he definitely was. 1, 2, 3 interceptions. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 sacks.
And you a big dude, go out there and block.
Well, that's what I like. That's what I like about Darnell Washington. I think that's what they like about Darnell Washington too. Is he's like a really humongous tight end. Like that dude is like should be like on the line, bro. He's like
Yeah,
300.
he's like a 300-pound dude.
He's a 300-pound tight end. Like, what do you do with that? Imagine him actually catching that in stride, like trying to tackle a guy. And he's not slow. I mean, he's not super fast, but he's not like slow either. So it's like, imagine a 300-pound dude
I seen
running at
them.
like 18 miles an hour at you, bro.
I seen them pass like to him for a touchdown the other day. It was just like, whoa, dude! If he would have caught it, it would have been insane.
Yeah. Yeah, I was actually hoping
It's like
he would
throwing it at the broadside of a barn.
I was actually hoping he would have caught that touchdown because that would have been even better for me, hyping him up for people to pick him up.
Right.
So the next game on the list was the Broncos and the Texans. This one kind of went how we talked about. Very low scoring game, not a whole lot of production, just stay away from everybody on both teams, right? You know, it said if I went to the Broncos and told them that they can win this game with less than 20 points, 18-15 was the final score. Not a whole lot to talk about. We'll go in and we'll look at the stats. I mean, the Texans were winning it most of the time, but the Broncos, they did their thing. And 11 points in the fourth quarter. 11 points in the fourth quarter to win the game because it was 15-7 going into the fourth quarter. Not a big deficit, but you know,
enough to make it seem like you got to score.
Right. Nothing impressive from either side of the ball. I'm guessing C.J. Stroud went out because we got Davis Mills went 30 for 17, 137 yards. Bo Nix went 37 for 18, 173 yards, 2 touchdowns and 1 interception. J.K. Dobbins carried the ball a few times for 61 yards. R.J. Harvey, here's where I Should have played R.J. Harvey over one of my running backs because he got 5 receptions, 51 yards, and a touchdown. He found the end zone. Nick Chubb, 11 carries, only 34 yards. Their biggest receiver over there was Dalton Schultz. But like we were saying on Saturday, this was going to be a defensive game. It was probably very boring to watch unless you're a defensive guy and like watching defensive play, because that's pretty much like it. I mean, R.J. Harvey and Cortland Sutton found the end zone, but a lot of fantasy owners around the league right now are upset because Cortland Sutton only got the 1 reception. And it was a 30-yard reception for a touchdown. So Troy Franklin had a small game, 4 receptions for 27 yards. Very, very small performance from both sides of the ball. And hopefully you guys followed our lead on Saturday and didn't play anybody from either side.
Let him sit.
Except for maybe R.J. Harvey, but I listened to myself and I didn't play him. But he would have won me my game this week if I would have played him. If I would have put him in for either one of my running backs, I would win.
Listen to us or don't listen to us. Sometimes it pans out both ways.
Yep, sometimes it does. But yeah, so the Broncos squeak away that win, 18-15. I think that puts their record at 7-2. So they are also tied at the top of the AFC, along with the Colts and the Patriots, and they are leading that division that the Kansas City Chiefs are in. We'll get to that. Don't worry, it's coming. We're not at that game yet. Because right now we're at the Bears and the Bengals. Best game of the weekend, right? Old man Flacco out there slinging the Rocco like he's down in Morocco, going. This old man out here just having fun, bro. Like, seriously, this old man's just like, man,
I told you.
I love playing football. He still lost, but he's out there having fun.
He looks like he's just playing catch with his kids out in the backyard.
Bro, for real, this dude, man, out there just having fun. I'm gonna go through his stats, bro. Oh,
man says, "Go long, Jamar."
Go long. Joe Flacco, 47 attempts, completed the ball. He got 31 completions on 47 attempts, 470 yards, 4 touchdowns, 2 interceptions. The running game was...
And they lost.
The running game was but when you got Joe Flacco out there playing pass with his kids, you don't need a running game, right? T. Higgins had 7 receptions for 121 yards and 2 touchdowns. Jamar Chase, 6 receptions for 111 yards. Chase Brown, since he's like, hey, since you're not running the ball, go catch the ball. 8 receptions for 75 yards. Andre Iosivas, 5 receptions, 66 yards, and a touchdown. Noah Fant got himself a touchdown on 2 receptions and 28 yards. I thought they said Mitchell Trubisky. It's Mitchell Tinsley. I was going to be, Mitchell Trubisky even got a reception. But yeah, he was just out there playing catch with a bunch of young guys, just out there having fun, man. Even though they lost, I bet you that was one hell of a game to watch. I guarantee. I know it was pretty good when we were watching them play the Steelers a couple Sundays ago. I'm telling you, man, these old men are out here. The oldest guys in the league right now are putting on the best show in the NFL.
That experience,
man. But on the other side of the ball, the Chicago Bears did win. They are pulling themselves together. Caleb Williams looked okay. He didn't look bad. He went 20 for 34, 280 yards, 3 touchdowns. DJ Moore also threw a touchdown to Caleb Williams. So Caleb Williams also has a receiving touchdown, while DJ Moore has a passing touchdown. Kyle Monangai, again, I apologize, Balake, if you ended up sitting this guy and playing someone else. went off. He had 26 carries for 176 yards.
For 76 yards.
DJ Moore also had a rushing touchdown. Unfortunately, Kyle did not get into the end zone. Britton Brown is the one that got into the end zone. He had 5 carries for 37 yards and a touchdown. Colston Loveland was the prime star of this game with the game-winning touchdown. The Bengals were going to win. The Bengals were winning. And this was the last it wasn't even really a Hail Mary. It was just the last attempt from the Chicago Bears to try and win this game. Pass to Colston Loveland, and he just does the rest of the work. Runs another 50 yards, breaking tackles for a touchdown for the Chicago Bears to win at the end of the game. But he got 6 receptions for 118 yards and 2 touchdowns. Zacchaeus got himself 6 for 58 and a touchdown. Caleb Williams 2 for 22 and a touchdown. Kyle Monangai put up another 3 receptions for 22 yards. And Roma Doomsday with a big fat goose egg. Big fat goose egg. 0 for 0 for 0 for 0 across the board. He was just like non-existent in this game. Which sucks.
It's so surprising to see because
I know that,
like, he was going into this game, everyone expected him to be the star receiver, and to put up a zilch when the passing game was incredible, and like it blew my mind.
Yeah,
not a single catch.
It was
not a single yard.
It was very disappointing. It was very disappointing, to be honest. Because I only had him on 40 reception yards on the bet slip. You would think that he should have hit that easily, you know? Like, and it's like, damn, bro. All you needed was 40 yards. Like, that's an easy amount for you. I gotta go refill my coffee. Take a smoke break. You wanna, before we get into the 4 o'clock games, you want me to put on a highlight, or you wanna talk about Jets?
Hit a highlight. I got nothing to say about our bye week.
You could talk about the future.
Yeah, no.
All right. Quick break, guys. We'll be right back. Make sure you stay tuned in for that second half of the show, and make sure y'all smash that like and subscribe. Awesome, that's for sure. He gets a pass to the left from Tua, about a 4-yard pass, and then he gets about another 16 yards. Yak to add to it. First down, Miami Dolphins. Let's effing go. Yeah. I had to kick Cat in the Hat out. He was fucking boring. I was watching him in the background. He didn't know it, but he was fucking boring. I had to kick him out. Tua under center. Let's fucking go. Mostert with the ball. Ooh, he juggles. He goes to the right. He's rushing. He's got a hole. Oh, he fumbled the ball. Oh, and Buffalo gets the fucking ball back. This is why you gotta trade Raheem Mostert. I'm fucking telling you. Yeah, I'm fucking telling you to trade that motherfucker. What's up, man? I hope his knee was down. I don't know if his knee was down before that ball came out. Oh my gosh, that's a clear fucking fumble. No way. Oh my god. Mostert. No. No.
Anyways, draft's coming up. A lot of teams need QBs, and you need a job, you bum. Got any teams you hope don't take a QB?
Nope. You know, Matt, I have actually not put much thought into that. I have a lot going on right now, and it's just not, I'm not thinking about it. Not at all.
So maybe the Saints?
We're in the house, and the only reason I got this one, probably a field goal like the rest of the Patriots games have been, but the Jets are going to definitely get a win. And then we start the 1 o'clock slate. They won with Malik Willis, and they did it by running the ball. Tennessee were the Titans. And then we got the Bears and the Colts. The ball, so he's kind of went run eccentric over there in the Chargers. And they got the Dolphins going to Seahawks. I got a lot of question marks. Not allowed to score in the second half, and we're going to fix this season. Anyway, so the Panthers and the Raiders. This is, well,
Not a hard one to call. I don't know. I may have to switch next year, I'm telling you, man. I can't go through the pain and suffering like this. This was rough. This was a rough fucking year. Yes, it was indeed.
Anyways, yeah, so Cat and Hat here. Go well over there. We gonna break down wildcard weekend for you. We got a lot of games coming this
Go
weekend.
in
It's
the
gonna be
house.
super exciting. We got some upsets for you.
I gotta show up and bring the fun, guys. You know this guy, Cat in the Hat, he boring. Boring.
Can you just be serious for once, Goel? I mean, we have some great games to talk about. Just for once, just let's be serious. Let's talk about some football. Can we do that?
Stout couple of games that they've been playing, but this is going to decide, right now who's going to be second place in the division. So I'm going Jets all the way. Jets, Jets for the win. We're taking it. With the Browns, the Giants have just been a loser fest, and they're going to continue 0 wins, 3 losses. Moving on out of potential with Tua in questionable consideration. Even if they throw in a backup quarterback, they still got a lot of options for him to throw the ball to. They're not going to be as in sync as they were the last couple of weeks, and that's why I'm going with Seahawks over the Dolphins for
you. Now, there's a lot of homework that goes into this. We don't just look at stats and look at numbers. No, we take a lot of factors into consideration when picking these running backs for your fantasy. T. Tracy Jr. Now, I know a lot of you were saying, what, Cat? Are you seeing his first year ruling the backfield in Miami? He's going to be the number. My next running back on this list at number 3 is B. But, he's going to get the touchdowns. He's going to get the receptions. Trust me, if you get the chance to get him, you're number 1. None other than the king. That's right. Adam Sandler put this guy on a mission this year. This guy is going to literally put the Baltimore Ravens on the first guy. He gets past the first guy. It's probably going to turn into a touchdown. So he's 6 once we realize how he comes back off of his injury. He hasn't really had a full year. At your own risk. It could pay off, but...
Sunday at 3 p.m., we're going to have the high-flying Eagles putting their defense to the test against the Los Angeles Rams. Are pretty high scoring, led by Matthew Stafford, Cooper Kupp, Puka Nacua, and they're on a mission right now. They're trying to win another Super Bowl so Matthew Stafford can punch his ticket to the Hall of Fame, because without another Super Bowl, he might not make it there. But them Eagles this year, with Saquon Barkley, I don't know why he's not in MVP conversations with over 2,000 rushing yards on the season. Don't forget that little backwards hurdle he did back in week 8. Oh, it was amazing. So let's go. It's going to be a good one. Good battle between these two teams on the NFC side. Who's going to go to the NFC Championship? Fly, Eagles, fly.
It's going to be in Orchard Park, and it is going to be chilly. Forecast says it's going to be 12 degrees with a wind chill of -2. Derrick Henry pushing close to 2,000 yards. Lamar Jackson. That makes the team have over...
What's up, guys? Today we're going to give you our Week 12 picks.
Yeah, you heard him. Week 12 is in the house at the Dolphins.
Patriots.
You know who I'm going for. I think we need to find a new home for this guy. He's in the wrong house.
No.
Let's go, Dolphins.
Bam! Bam, bam, bam. You still waiting on the car? It's been a lot longer than 45 minutes.
Yeah. I see it coming down now, so we'll see.
Word. So that finished off the 1 o'clock slate.
And with the 1 o'clock
actually,
games done, I've won $0.
Actually, I think the Panthers and the Packers were the last 1 o'clock game. And the Panthers upset.
How about them Panthers, baby?
The Panthers upset them Green Bay Packers 16-13 with a game-winning field goal at the end.
Rico Dottle with a stellar performance.
Yes, Rico Dottle with a stellar performance. Not too much from Bryce Young, 11 for 20, 102 yards and an interception. So most of it came from Rico Dottle, 25 carries, 130 yards, and 2 touchdowns.
Is really taken over as like the leading star back of that running back field with them giving him the opportunities over Chuba Hubbard.
Yeah, for sure. Maybe he found himself a nice little bright spot being at the Carolina Panthers. Because he wasn't getting that kind of production over there in Dallas.
I mean, he did 1 or 2 games, but not like, consistently.
Yeah.
But that's also because Dallas leans so heavy on Dak Prescott and the passing game that it didn't really give Rico Dottle the opportunity that he needed as a running back to really show what he's got. But now in Carolina, he's taken over that Christian McCaffrey empty role and has really started to dominate.
Yeah, he's risen to the occasion, for sure. On the other side of the ball, you had Jordan Love throwing 26 for 37, 273 yards, and an interception. He was not able to find the end zone at all yesterday, although Josh Jacobs did find the end zone on 17 carries for 87 yards. Romeo Doubs was the big star as far as receiving goes for the Green Bay Packers. And just goes to show you, you never know which receiver to go with for the Green Bay Packers from week to week, because
not at Green Bay.
Every week it's going to be somebody different that gets those 7 receptions and close to 100 yards. Because Romeo Doubs got 7 receptions for 91 yards. The next highest receiver, Christian Watson, got 2 receptions for 58 yards. Luke Musgrave, 3 receptions for 34 yards. Chris Brooks, a running back, 2 receptions for 24 yards. Tucker Kraft got injured yesterday. He went out in the game. He only got 2 receptions for 20 yards. Josh Jacobs, 4 for 13. So, literally spread the ball.
And I think that's what hurt them the most, is Tucker Kraft has always been a big part of that offense.
They spread the ball to 10 different receivers yesterday. That's a lot of spreading the ball around. But even
with Dobbs being the most significant in the passing game.
But even still, it wasn't enough to produce any kind of substantial dominance or anything to be sitting here considered in the...
What's Josh Jacobs sitting at?
Oh, Josh Jacobs did good. He had 87 yards and a touchdown on 17 carries. I mean, he had an average of 5.1, which is really good. All right,
so not bad.
It's just the defense didn't do
it. And the way that the defense held them the touchdowns. That's what it sounds like. Defense held it up in the red zone.
Yeah. And technically right now the Carolina Panthers have a better record, or no, they don't. They're 5-4. The Green Bay Packers are 5-2-1. So I mean, technically the Green Bay Packers still have a better record, but not a pretty one. And that finishes out the 1 o'clock slate. I gotta take the Green Bay Packers out of my Super Bowl conversation. I don't think them playing football like this, it's sustainable to make it through the playoffs. How Jordan Love played last week, yeah, that's great. But we're seeing here that it's inconsistent, right? It's not consistent good play. It's very inconsistent. And if you want to go and you want to make it through the playoffs, you have to play consistent week to week football. You can't be having bad weeks like this. So I'm officially. It's midway through the season. I'm officially taking them out of my Super Bowl running. Because in the beginning, they looked great, bro. They looked like they were definitely top 2, top 3 contenders to be in the Super Bowl. But now as week 9 ends, not so much. Not so much. But the 4 o'clock slate started with the Rams and the Saints. We all know how that one went.
Stafford is a beast.
We all know how that one went. Rams dominated this game from start to finish. New Orleans Saints didn't even have a chance.
Never stood a chance.
Didn't even have a chance. Tyler Shuck in his debut with the New Orleans Saints threw 15 for 24, 176 yards, 1 touchdown, and 1 interception. Alvin Kamara was absent in the rushing game. You had Taysom Hill with 4 carries for 30 yards. Rashid Shaheed got 5 receptions on 68 yards. Matthew Stafford, on the other hand.
Don't forget that fumble.
Matthew Stafford, on the other hand, another old man in the league right now, throwing 24 for 32, 281 yards, and 4 tutties. His second game this year with 4 touchdowns. Kyron Williams running that rock. Remember, you were talking about they were going to go up early, right? We talked about this. We talked exactly how this was
exactly what they did.
They were gonna use the passing game early on. They were gonna go up early, and they were gonna be able to tote that rock and run that rock out. 25 carries, 114 yards, and a touchdown for Kyron Williams. Puka Nacua, superstar that he is, 7 receptions, 95 yards, and a touchdown. Devontae Adams got himself 2 touchdowns, which was clutch for me because Puka Nacua did end up going out in that game. I don't know exactly what the injury designation was, but he did end up going out.
I do want to say this is the only game that provided a victory for me as far as my betting went yesterday. Thank God for Matt Stafford, Kieran Williams, and Puka Nacua getting his receptions before he went out of the game.
And what'd you win on that?
That was a good $70 hit on a $10 bet with Matthew Stafford over 225. Kieran Williams with an anytime touchdown. That one was getting nervous near there towards the end of the game. He got that. Kieran Williams for 65 yards. Obviously got that. It was a good game. Good plays.
Good plays. So, yeah, Devontae Adams had 5 receptions, 60 yards, 2 touchdowns. Terrence Ferguson, 2 for 54. Davis Allen. Now I'm naming off a bunch of people I don't even know. 3 for 37. Tyler Higbee, 3 for 13 and a touchdown. So, yeah, the LA Rams, man. Matthew Stafford, they're definitely looking like a team that can run and make a Super Bowl run. Matthew Stafford, he doesn't have a whole lot of time left. I think him and Aaron Rodgers are both like sitting here like looking at their watches like, man, time's running out. We need another Super Bowl. We need another Super Bowl so we can pretty much seal the deal for our gold jacket. Because I believe both these two quarterbacks,
Hands look a little empty.
I believe both these two quarterbacks need another Super Bowl win to be like planted in that Hall of Fame conversation. You know what I mean? Get that gold jacket.
Maybe Rodgers not so much, but
I don't know,
definitely
man.
Stafford.
That run with the Jets really hurt Rodgers, bro. That run with the Jets, like, it really hurt his reputation.
It showed that it's not just a QB that you need.
Yeah, for sure. So the New Orleans Saints definitely put on a dumpster fire of a show yesterday, much like the Miami Dolphins. So don't be surprised if you see a couple of their players getting shipped off this week as well. I can definitely see Rashid Shaheed getting shipped off before Thursday rolls around, so we'll keep you posted on that because Rashid Shaheed is the one that everybody's interested in. Chris Olave, like, people would take Chris Olave, but he's a little bit older, and I think Rashid Shaheed has a little bit more use as far as versatility goes. So don't be surprised if you see some Saint players suiting up in a different uniform next week. Jaguars barely beat the Raiders 30-29 in overtime.
What a game.
What a game. What a game. What a game. I was watching my
Brock Bowers, 3 touchdowns.
Man, this bro put up 43 fantasy points. Ouch. Ouch, bro. Single-handedly could win a person their league. We'll see if he wins the league tonight. It's all on, who is it you got? Marvin Harrison?
Marvin Harrison Jr.
It's all on Marvin Harrison Jr. tonight.
My boy needed 2 touchdowns and 100 yards. Let's go.
But we had Trevor Lawrence.
Shit.
Trevor Lawrence go 23 for 34, 220 yards and an interception. ETN 22 carries for 84 yards. Parker Washington got the majority of the looks from Trevor Lawrence. He got 8 receptions for 90 yards. On the other side of the ball, you had Geno Smith, had somewhat of an impressive day, but also still threw that interception. And that was probably what cost them the game. He went 29 for 39, 284 yards, 4 touchdowns, and an interception. Ashton Genty, very modest, 42 yards on 13 carries, while Brock Bowers was the star of the Raiders yesterday with 12 receptions, 127 yards, and 3 effing touchdowns. Finally putting up that
ridiculous.
Finally living up to that draft capital, right? That number 1 draft
For
spot.
real. Earning his money.
Earning his money. You had Trevor Lawrence with 2 rushing touchdowns. The rushing touchdown basically sealed the deal. We also had a record broken in this game yesterday. Cam Little, congratulations. You are now the new record holder. 68-yard field goal is now the new record.
No doink.
No doink. And that was good from that would have been good from 70 yards. He still had a little bit of room on that, to be honest.
Yeah. Back it up a little bit more.
Yeah, he could have backed it up a little bit more and still made that. 68-yard field goal. Good for the win. Jacksonville Jaguars move on to a record of 5-3. And the Vegas Raiders are sitting at 2-6. And then we have the game of the week. We both got this wrong. The game of the week. We both got this wrong. But, I mean, to be fair, the Buffalo Bills always win in the regular season, right? And they always lose in the postseason. So by them beating the Kansas City Chiefs here in the regular season, you know what that tells me? It tells me nothing has changed. When they go and they face the Chiefs in the postseason, nothing has changed. They're going to get their ass stomped. And the defense is what really won this game. Yes, I got to give Josh Allen and the Buffalo Bills offense credit for holding it down and being able to manage the game, kind of like how Aaron Rodgers and Joe Flacco and all them, they were able to manage the game. But the defense really was the shining star of that game yesterday between the Kansas City Chiefs and the Buffalo Bills, because they were rushing the heck out of Patrick Mahomes. Patrick Mahomes was back there frantic. He got sacked quite a few times, threw quite a few bad passes. Was just they were really bringing the pressure on Patrick Mahomes. Joey Bosa.
There was one drive where I saw 3 sacks.
Yeah, Joey Bosa got home a lot, bro. He was bringing that pressure. Kareem Hunt got himself a touchdown. 11 carries for 49 yards. And can you believe all of these were rushing touchdowns? Patrick Mahomes didn't have a single passing touchdown in the game yesterday. 15 for 34, 250 yards, and an interception. Kareem Hunt rushed for 11 carries for 49 yards and a touchdown. Rashee Rice got a touchdown, but it was rushing.
And it's so funny about the Patrick Mahomes passing yards, too, because I had him at
250.
249 and a half.
I know, he just hit 250.
He just hit it for me. And my girl had him under 275, so she got hers, too. We both ended up happy there.
Yeah, at the end of the day, the Kansas City defense has some work to do. They allowed too much. They allowed too much from the Buffalo Bills. Josh Allen got 2 rushing touchdowns and a passing touchdown, while James Cook toted the rock 27 times for 114 yards. Ty Johnson found himself in the end zone. And then Dalton Kincaid also found himself in the end zone on 6 receptions and 101 yards, while Khalil Shakir got 7 receptions for 43 yards. So that was another one that we were letting you guys know Saturday to either take his receptions or 40 yards. He would have hit both of those for you.
He hit both of those for me.
Yes, sir. But again, they don't have.
I wish he would have scored a touchdown, though, because then my night tonight would be a little easier.
Buffalo Bills don't have any star receivers, so they spread the ball around as well. You got 10 players here that receive the ball from Josh Allen. I can see the Buffalo Bills knocking on the door of the Miami Dolphins or the New Orleans Saints trying to get a receiver over there to fix the issues they have. Because, yeah, you got Dalton Kincaid, your tight end, and then Khalil Shakir as your top receivers. Everyone else is just getting 1 or 2 looks. You know what I mean? So don't be surprised if you see the Buffalo Bills having a wide receiver, maybe Rashid Shaheed, suiting up with them next week. You going to pick up the car? You going to pick up the car?
I'm going to ask about an update.
All right, while he does that, ladies and gentlemen, don't forget Dolphins Cancer Challenge is going on all the way up until March. You can make a donation. Any donation helps support cancer research. Help us support cancer research. Right now, we are doing a giveaway. You can see that little Joey Porter jersey right there underneath that QR code over there. You can win that by donating to the Dolphins Cancer Challenge. I am letting this go on all the way up until the end of week 10. Anybody that makes a donation, $5 minimum, $5 minimum donation to the Dolphin Cancer Challenge, you will be entered in to win that jersey. But you got to make sure that your name is not anonymous. We have to be able to find you. So make sure that when you make the donation, you have your name included or your Discord name included, because you're also going to need to be in the Discord so that I can get a hold of you and send your prize out to you. You can find both of those links on our profile page. You can find the Discord link on the profile page. I suggest joining that anyways, even if you don't go make a donation to the DCC. Definitely join the Discord. We're building a community of football fans across the world. They just want to talk and bullshit about football, win some money, put parlays together, talk fantasy football. We talk daily fantasy football. So, go ahead, head over to our profile page, smash those 2 links, join the Discord, make a donation to the DCC, and on your way down there, make sure you smash that like and subscribe. For every $500 that the AFC Eastie Boys can raise for the DCC, I will be running a mile a day per $500. Yes, you heard that right. That means if we raise $2,500, I'll be running 5 miles a day. You ain't going to want to miss that. Have me out there sweating. Get me out there sweating. I'm waiting for it. I want to sweat. Let's go. Let's effing go. We also got Charlie's Choice Collectibles. You can find that on Macari. We're getting close to Christmas time. I know you guys got birthdays coming up, holidays coming up. You need somewhere to find you a gift for somebody, a special gift, a unique gift, and something that's not going to break the bank. You got to head over to Charlie's Choice Collectibles on Macari. That link should be on our profile page as well. Check it out. It's got all kinds of stuff. Not just for football fans either. You into comic books? You like superhero stuff? You like costumes? Shoes? All kinds of stuff. So make sure you head over to Charlie's Choice Collectibles and find something nice. That's also where you...
And a shout out to the guy who just bought the NBA edition Lego set. That's going to get shipped out to you later today.
Hey, hopefully that came
I
from
just bought it.
Hopefully that came from the AFC Eastie Boys.
I figured I'd give you an update because I know you've been pushing some of them ads out yourself. So, look at that beautiful jersey.
Look at that beautiful
jersey. Handmade jersey.
Specialized AFC Eastie Boys jerseys. You can get one of these for yourself as well while you're in the Macari shop. If you're interested in getting yourself a customized AFC Eastie Boy jersey, just let them know in the chat. Be like, yo, I want one of them dope ass AFC Eastie Boy jerseys. How do I get me one? And then he'll take it from there. They're starting at $35 depending on how personalized you want it. Get it. We can just let us know what you're looking for. Definitely a nice piece of clothing to wear, especially if you're a Dolphin fan right now and you don't necessarily want to rep any of the Dolphins like me. You can rep yourself, bro. You can still rep the logo and rep yourself at the same time. And you'd be repping the AFC Eastie Boys. What's up, Kenna? Welcome into the building. So yes, make sure y'all head over there. Y'all check those out. Get yourself an AFC Eastie Boys jersey customized. We can have one saying only the real survive. Cause guess what? With the Miami Dolphins, only the real are gonna survive this next year. Cause we gonna be shipping out a lot of people, right, Kenna? Jalen Phillips ain't the only one to go. Jalen Phillips ain't gonna be the only one to go. So then we had Sunday Night Football, right? Are you still over there getting your car? I'll wait for you to get back. Kenna, let me ask you, bruh. So Stephen Ross put out a statement saying that there were 5 players that he didn't want to see on the field anymore. My guess for those 5 players, I'm going to put my assumptions out there. I want you to tell me who you think those 5 players are as well. And I also want you to tell me who you think the next player to get traded is as well. I think of those 5 players, I think Tua Tagovailoa obviously is one of them. Does that mean that we're going to see Zach Wilson or Quinn Ewers? You think Chop is gone? I don't think Chop is gone. Because he's still a rookie. Or not a rookie, sorry. But he has had some bad play. So I can definitely see where you're coming with that. And I could see Jalen Waddle too because of the drop passes. But he does enough so where it's like, I don't know. Anyways. So Sam Darnold had a perfect first half, literally. He went into the first half 16 for 16, and he finished the game 21 of 24 for 330 yards, 4 touchdowns, 1 interception. Kenneth Walker had a very modest game, 11 carries for 42 yards, while Jackson Smith-Njigba continues to have an Offensive Player of the Year type year with 8 receptions, 129 yards. The only difference is he did not find the end zone, so Puka Nacua technically is still leading the race there, just slightly leading the race there as far as Offensive Player of the Year goes. Zach Charbonnet had himself 8 carries for 25 yards. A.J. Barner found himself into the end zone off of a tush push. Cody White, they literally signed him off the practice squad this past week, but he did get himself a nice 60-yard reception that turned into a touchdown. Torrey Horton, their rookie receiver over there who does most of their kick returns, got himself 4 receptions for 48 yards, and he found the end zone twice. Elijah Arroyo, another rookie that they have over there in Seattle, got 2 receptions, 29 yards, and a touchdown as well. A.J. Barner, their rookie tight end, got himself 3 receptions, 24 yards, plus the tush-push touchdown. Zach Charbonnet had a catch for 21 yards, while Kenneth Walker had 2 catches for 19 yards. This was just a dominant game from the defense on the Seattle Seahawks side of the ball. They were not allowing the Washington Commanders to do much of anything. Jaden Daniels was constantly feeling pressure, getting forced out of the pocket. Unfortunately, he had a very bad injury towards the end of the game. It was already garbage time, and in my honest opinion, he probably shouldn't have even been out there. I don't think the game was winnable at this point. Like, there was only 5 minutes left in the game, and they were still down 4 touchdowns. Like, he shouldn't have been out there. Really bad, gruesome injury. I'm not going to show you guys. I'm not going to make a short about it. This isn't my style. But his elbow was pretty much bent backwards. I was watching a video on it this morning about a doctor talking about it and said that he could return this week because it is not, or not this week, but he could return this season because it's not on his throwing arm. But still, like, this man has already had, this is his 3rd injury this year. Let the man sit the rest of the season, bro. Let him fully recover. Like, the season's might as well be over. The NFC right now is being dominated by a bunch of different teams, and you're not one of them, sitting at 3-6 right now. So let the dude rest. Just let him rest the rest of the year. Just work Marcus Mariota, get what wins you can, and start working towards next year. Because if y'all keep putting this man Jaden Daniels out there, y'all gonna put him out for his career. He gonna end up like RG3 or Joe Theismann. Like, he gonna end up out. So y'all need to relax. Even if he can come back this year, I think you probably should just leave him be. The rushing game over there was led by Chris Rodriguez Jr., 12 carries, 65 yards, and a touchdown, while Jaden Daniels followed closely behind with 10 carries, 51 yards, and a touchdown. McCroskey Merritt, Bill, got himself 12 carries for 38 yards. So they're definitely trying to run the rock over there in Washington. Zach Ertz with the bulk of the receptions, 4 receptions for 46 yards on an average of 11.5 per. And then Deebo Samuel close behind him with 5 receptions on 41 yards. No touchdowns, though. No passing touchdowns. And then we go to the Seahawks side of the ball, where it was just pure dominance. Oh, we already went through the Seahawks side. That's right. A.J. Barner with the tush-push touchdown. But the Seattle Seahawks win that game, moving to 6-2. Looking pretty good in the NFC. Now let's go and look at our standings. Because we still got a game tonight. I know Waffles want to talk about that game tonight, so I'm going to wait for Waffles and let him talk about the game tonight. Right now, we're going to run through our division standings. So, in the AFC East, we got the New England Patriots at 7-2 with the Bills at 6-2. You're still waiting? Still waiting.
Story of my life.
All right, so you want to talk about the game we got going on tonight?
So we got the Cardinals and the Cowboys going up against each other tonight. It's not looking good for me with Marvin Harrison needing 25 points to win my personal league. But it's looking good for Dak and company. The Cowboys are playing against a defense that's been letting people score on them left and right. I got a feeling CeeDee Lamb and George Pickens are going to have a game. Ferguson's going to get a couple of catches, probably a touchdown as well. And Dak Prescott's going to throw for 275 yards.
Yeah, we were talking about last night.
Unfortunately, not what I'm looking for.
Yeah, we were talking about Saturday how George Pickens and CeeDee Lamb are both going to find the end zone today. But like you were saying, though, like their defense is very vulnerable. And the reason the Dallas Cowboys put up so many points is because their defense lets opponents put up just as many points. So
yeah, so they have to shoot downfield for those touchdowns.
Correct. So it is good for you. It's good for you if the Dallas Cowboys go up. It is good for you because that just means that the Arizona Cardinals are going to be forced.
The Cardinals will be chasing.
Yeah, and like the defense is vulnerable for the Cowboys, so I can definitely see Marvin Harrison finding himself in the end zone. And I hope he puts up 26 points for you. I hope he gets like 10 receptions for 70 yards and a touchdown. Give you just enough for what you need.
Just enough.
Just enough for what you need. But on the other side of the ball, yeah, we got Dak Prescott. He's gonna be slinging that rock to CeeDee Lamb and George Pickens. I imagine both of them probably have about 6 receptions, and between the two of them, they'll probably have 150 yards and 2 touchdowns, if not 3 touchdowns. I think Javonte Williams will have himself a decent day. I don't think he's gonna have a 20-point fantasy type game day, but he might see quite a few totes of the rock towards the end of the game. He'll probably find his way into the end zone. And then Arizona, you got Trey McBride. That's the one that's where you have to worry is Trey McBride, because Trey McBride is like, we're seeing it across the league right now, right? How important one of these.
Yeah, he's good for at least 8 receptions.
We're seeing across the league how important these superstar tight ends are. Like they're the difference makers in these games for sure. Like you saw Brock Bowers, like Tyler Warren, like AJ Bonner's becoming one. Like Trey McBride has been one. Brock Bowers has been one. Like Travis Kelce, George Kittle, although the San Francisco 49ers are really using Christian McCaffrey, but they still have a George Kittle, so it's like, got to worry for Trey McBride getting too much usage. But I do still think Marvin Harrison will get it because he is also the only deep threat that they have as far as the running game or the passing game goes. Because Trey McBride, he's not the deep threat. You have to worry about Trey McBride stealing the touchdowns, really. Like, once they get into the red zone in that, like, 20, 15-yard range, like, that's where Trey McBride comes in with that big body over the middle inside the end zone for the touchdown instead of, like, you're muted, instead of inching it down there.
And that's what I'm worried about.
Yeah, him stealing the touchdowns from Marvin Harrison. I would be worried about that too, bro, to be honest. But like I said, I think it's going to be a good enough scoring game to where you'll get it in receptions and yards. So as we go through, you got Patriots leading the AFC East at 7-2, followed closely behind the Buffalo Bills. And we don't got to talk about the Dolphins and the Jets. We know they're sitting at 7 losses each. Then we got In the AFC North, we have the Steelers leading that division at 5-3, followed closely behind the Ravens at 3-5 and the Bengals at 3-6. I don't think the Browns are going to be fighting for that division, but you can see the AFC North is still up for grabs. Nobody is running away with that division yet. Then we move down to the AFC South, where we have the Indianapolis Colts leading the charge at 7-2, followed closely behind by the Jacksonville Jaguars at 5-3. And then you have the Houston Texans at 3-5 and Titans at 1-8. I don't see the Jaguars, even though their schedule is pretty nice, it's pretty easy. I don't see the Jaguars being able to compete with the Colts to take that division. And then we move to the AFC West, where we have the Broncos leading the charge at 7-2, and then the Chargers at 6-3, and then in third place you have the Kansas City Chiefs with their loss against Buffalo yesterday, sitting at 5-4. Not looking good for the Kansas City Chiefs right now, especially since the Broncos are on a 6-game win streak. So right now you have the Broncos, the Colts, and the Patriots leading the AFC, all tied at 7-2. Out of those teams, who is your favorite to win the number 1 seed? Let me know down in the chat who you guys think. Who's your favorite to win the number 1 seed in the AFC? Is it even somebody that's at the top of the list right now? Do you think the Chiefs are going to come back and make a run for it? You think the Buffalo Bills are going to be able to continue to just play good enough football to win games and make a run for the number 1 seed? Is it going to be the Ravens? Are they going to be able to get it back together and make a run for the number 1 seed? These are all honest questions. And we've seen these teams play. It can happen. But I mean, right now, the way that the Indianapolis Colts are playing, I don't see anyone being able to keep competing with these guys. Like, they are playing some pretty dominant football. Yes, they lost to the Pittsburgh Steelers yesterday, and it didn't look super pretty, but any given Sunday, and that's what that is, any given Sunday. Now let's move over to the NFC side. NFC side, we have the NFC East. We have the Eagles at 6-2, leading that division with no problem. We do have the Cowboys playing tonight. If they win, they'll move to 4-4. If they lose, they'll move to 3-5. And then you have the Washington Commanders right behind them at 3-6, and the Giants at 2-7. And then we move to the NFC North, where this division is completely wide open. Wide fucking open. Anyone can win this division right now. Packers are barely leading this division after a loss to the Carolina Panthers. They are leading it right now at 5-2-1. Then you have the Lions at 5-3, Bears at 5-3, and the Vikings at 4-4. So this division here is completely wide open. Anybody can win it. NFC South, Panthers looking like they want to make a run for it, right? Panthers looking like they want to make a run for it because the Buccaneers are leading it right now at 6-2. And you have the Panthers with their win yesterday over the Green Bay Packers, puts them at 5-4. Then you have the Falcons at 3-5 and the New Orleans Saints at 1-8. The NFC West is definitely still open. We have the Seahawks just took the lead at 6-2. You got the Rams at 6-2. And then you got the 49ers at 6-3. And then you got the Cardinals at 2-5. They can either move to 3-5 or 2-6 after their loss tonight or their win tonight. So it's completely wide open in the NFC West. So, who do y'all think on the NFC side? Who do you think is going to win the NFC side of the division? After watching the Seahawks play last night, they look pretty good, man. They look like they can do it. But the Philadelphia Eagles, they're still my favorites right now. The way that they're making moves to win. They want to win. They want to become champions, and they're making the moves to do it. They just picked up Jalen Phillips from the Miami Dolphins. Congrats to you Philly fans. Hopefully he stays healthy for you guys, because that's been a problem for us. He's not a bad player. He's a great player. He'd be an awesome player in the right scheme. He was doing phenomenal when Vic Fangio was over here, so now he's back reunited with Vic Fangio. He might do great again. Hopefully he can stay healthy for you guys. Because if he can stay healthy for you guys got a heck of a steal for that guy, sending us a 3rd round pick for Jalen Phillips.
Don't agree with it? That's too bad.
Like and subscribe anyways.
Like and subscribe anyways.
It looks like I lost him. He's probably driving. He's probably driving now. But anyways, yes. So that was Endzone to Endzone. We recapped all the games for you. Let us know who y'all's favorite game was this weekend. Let me know who else you guys think is going to be out. Like what trades you guys think are going to happen this week. Trade deadline is next Tuesday, 5 p.m. We're going to be seeing a lot of moves over the next week of people moving, people getting traded. I think next Monday is going to be a busy day for trades, because that's going to be the day before the trade deadline ends. Let me know who you guys think are going to be getting shipped around. You think any more players from the Dolphins are going to be getting shipped off to places like Devon Achane, Jalen Waddle, Bradley Chubb, maybe Chop Robinson? Let me know down in the comments. And don't forget, smash that like and subscribe as well. The Discord. Make sure y'all join the Discord. Y'all are missing out. If y'all have not joined the Discord yet, y'all are definitely missing out. It's a great place to build a community of fellow football fans who just want to talk football, talk parlays, talk fantasy football, and just talk life. Doesn't matter. When you're it doesn't matter what team you're rooting for. We all football fam. Discord is also going to be the way that you're going to win your prizes. If you ever win one of our giveaways, we're going to have to get a hold of you on Discord. Find you on Discord, get a hold of you there. So you're going to want to make sure you join the Discord, because we also do have a giveaway going on right now. For anybody that makes a donation in the next week to the Dolphins Cancer Challenge, They're going to get that jersey right there. Somebody's going to get that jersey right there. $5 minimum donation to DCC. You can find the link on our page, or you can smash that QR code right there. Take you right to the page. Go make you a nice little donation. Make sure that it's not anonymous. I'm going to need to be able to find you to give you the prize. So make sure that it's not anonymous. And go ahead and smash that like and subscribe on your way over there while you're doing that. And then when you're done with all that, you can go check out Charlie's Choice Collectibles. Yes, sir. Go check out Charlie's Choice Collectibles. He's got all kinds of goodies on there for the football and non-football fans alike. I know we got holidays coming up. Christmas, birthdays. Maybe you're looking for something for like a centerpiece on your table because you're hosting Thanksgiving dinner this year. I'm sure he's got it. Even the cheerleaders, he says, trade them. Trade everyone, even the cheerleaders. Like, I'm with you, Joe. I'm with you. We do got to get rid of them all. Trade everyone. Phillips was the first to go. Kind of told you guys that was going to happen. Too injury prone to take the chance moving forward with him. I believe he's going to do well over there in Philadelphia. To be honest, like, it was a great move for them, especially only having to give up a third-round pick. It was a great move for them because Phillips' best year was when Vic Fangio was over here. So now he's going to go back over there and play with Vic Fangio. He might have a good year. Hopefully he can stay healthy for them because that's the key. And that's why we needed to drop him, because he couldn't stay healthy. He couldn't get the job done. But yeah, go check out Charlie's Choice Collectibles. You're definitely going to find something that you want. And make sure you guys smash that like and subscribe and turn on your notification bells, because we have Endzone to Endzone every Monday morning at the same time. And then we also going to be doing our fantasy football tune-up tomorrow night. So make sure y'all tune into that. We do have some more injuries to cover, more sleepers to figure out. Season's not over yet. We got to keep going. We're getting into crunch time, right? But this is getting crunch time. People can't afford any more losses. Bye weeks are happening. You're going to need to know who to plug, who to sit, who to trade. If you can trade still. This is when it gets serious, ladies and gentlemen, and this is why you're going to want to tune in. Nah, I am ending, bro. We've been on, I'm going on 2 hours now. I'm saying all the ending stuff, bro. I might get on a little bit later, and you can always join my Discord, bro. I don't know if you've joined the Discord yet, but you definitely should join the Discord, because I open up our voice channel all the time and just talk football. I'm the only Dolphins creator on right now that isn't a casual fan. Yeah, well, turn on them notifications, bro. You could have been here an hour ago. I actually started off the show talking about the Dolphins. I don't want to trade people away, but we have to, right? We have to. If we want to move forward, if we want to get better, if we want any type of anything to root for, we need to move. I was talking to Kenna a little while ago. Stephen Ross had put out a statement saying that there were 5 players he didn't want to see on the field no more. And I'm guessing one of those 5 players was probably Jalen Phillips. And that's why we see him traded today. I'm kind of curious as to who the other 5 players, or who the other 4 players were. I'm pretty sure one of them was probably Tua Tagovailoa. but it's kind of hard to figure out who the others were. Maybe Jalen Phillip or Jalen Waddle, but like, yeah, Jalen Waddle has a lot of drop passes, but he also has a lot of clutch moments too, so it's hit or miss there. But yeah, so we'll catch you guys later. It's been good. This has been AFC Eastie Boys, Endzone to Endzone. Make sure y'all smash that like and subscribe so y'all can tune in every week because you're not going to want to miss all the action. And don't worry, trade deadline's coming up. We're going to keep you posted on all the moves that happen. Don't you worry. Don't you worry. Peace out.